Hello, class. This is a second example that I want to discuss with you guys about survey problems. This is sections 2.5. Okay, you will be able to find this video in the same subfolder that I indicated yesterday in my announcement in the tutorial. Okay, so the situation here is a little bit different from the first example. In here, the situation is that you will be able, using the data that is coming from the problem, to propose a Venn diagrams that represent the situation of the survey. That's the goal in here. Is exactly the other way around compared with the first problem. Okay, so let's take a look at the problem to see how we can address these kind of things. A pollster conducting a telephone poll of a city resident asking two questions. The first one, do you currently smoke cigarettes? And the second one, regardless of your answer to question one, will you support a ban on smoking in all city parks? Okay, so this is basically the first statement of the survey. So what you're gonna have is really two options. One option is if the person who's gonna be surveyed or consult smoke or not, and if that person is willing to support a ban on smoking in all city parks. Okay? In this statement, and let me use here the pencil, the word regardless is very important, because when they say regardless of your answer in question one, what they are assuming is that even though if you are currently a smoker, it might be the possibility that you are willing to ban on smoking in all city parks. And that is very important in order to draw the Venn diagrams. And that's what we're going to discuss on section A, or question, or part of the question A, this one here. Okay, so let's go now with the questions. They say, construct a Venn diagram that allows the respondents to the poll to be identified by whether or not they smoke cigarettes and whether or no they support the ban. So basically, what we're gonna have are two sets. One set will represent what? Will represent people that actually smoke cigarettes, and the other set will represent people that are willing to support a ban on smoking in all city parks. So you're gonna have two sets. Now the question is, in the Venn diagram, those sets are gonna have an intersection, yes or not? And this is why the word here, regardless, is very important, because that word, together with this one in here, whether or not, answer that question. So what they are telling to you is that you may have a person that is going to be consulted in the survey that they actually smoke cigarettes, but also they are going to support a ban on smoking in all city parks. So in the Venn diagram representation, we need to have these two sets, and we need to assume that those two sets are going to have really an intersection. So in order to respond to the part A of the problem, what we're going to have is something like this. So this represents my universal set. I'm going to have one set here, and I'm going to call that set, I'm going to label that set something like this: smoke cigarettes. And then we're going to have another set. I'm going to change here the color. And I will label that set. I'm going to use that set to represent people who support a ban on smoking in all city parks. And I'm going to use the label B coming from ban, right? Okay, so I drew these two sets, and I suppose that we physically have an intersection for the sets. So this is the third portion, okay? Let's go with the second one. In the second one, they say, okay, write the letter B in every region of the diagram that represents smokers polled who support the ban. That is very easy, right? So B is going to be in a region. In here, how many regions we have? We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 regions. Okay, because we have two sets. So for this portion, letter B is going to be written in that region of the diagram that represent smokers. So represents people who are actually smokers, but also support the ban. So in other words, these guys are gonna be in the intersection of these two sets. So I'm gonna use another color, and I'm gonna put here the letter B. Okay, and that answers this question. Okay, let's move forward. Section C. Write the letter C in every region of the diagram that represent non-smokers. Non-smokers. So from there, we know that we are not going to be able to place the letter C in the inner side of this set, right? Cannot be here. That represent non-smokers, non-smoker who support the ban. Okay, they are non-smoker, but they support the ban. So is a non-smoker, so cannot be here, neither in this one, but support the ban. So should be in this region over here. Okay, so the letter C is gonna be over here. Okay, and that answers this portion of the exercise. Okay, let's go with the last one, D. Write the letter D in every region of the diagram that represent non-smokers. Non-smokers mean cannot be here, okay, and do not support the ban, so cannot be here neither. So what is the option? That they're gonna be outside the two options of sets. Neither are a smoker nor support the ban. So They are in the complement of the union of the smoker and bank set. So they are in these options. Okay, so this this exercise is a survey problem. It's a little bit different from the one that I gave you previously, because in here you are giving with the data, but you build, the Venn diagrams that represent that survey, the options that are given in that survey. So this is the second part for surveys problem. Okay, so really this finished section 2.5 of chapter number 2. Okay, well, thank you.